is up, crypto fam? Welcome back to Sin City Crypto. We are coming at you live from Global Studios in Sin City, Nevada. I am your favorite co-host here, David, coming at you with one and the last one of the week of our live shows. Before we get into the content, we're not financial advisors. Do your own research. Also, if you're a Packers fan, let me know. Let's go Packers.
Is that why your title banner is green and white and gold?
That's right, baby. Green and gold and white, baby. Green Bay about to lay the smackdown on the bullshit-ass Niners. But before we get into the content, allow me to show you who I have to spend almost every waking moment of my life talking to, looking at, and sharing my time with. He is the man, self-proclaimed Big Rob from Sin City Crypto Westside.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel. We take the old, the boring, the stale information. We package it up in a fun and sexy way, just like your boy. Also, want to give a quick shout-out to Global Media. They help us broadcast to other channels than just YouTube. And then, we don't just do live streams here. We also do deep dives. Just the live stream, though, check out the deep dives. And then one last thing. If you ain't subscribed yet, what the hell you doing? Subscribe.
What are you doing?
If you ain't liked the video yet and you in the chat,
The hell you doing?
the hell you doing? And if you ain't hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss this face,
The hell you doing?
the hell you doing? So, David, how you feeling today?
So, man, I am pumped for the show today. Even though the markets are down, I am in a great mood. We're going to have an amazing show for you guys. Make sure you like the video and subscribe like Robin said. So today, we're doing our hot take, followed by our talking points, and then the blockchain parlay. We're going to go over results, and we're going to crown a winner who won the blockchain parlay, and then we're going to give our new picks for this week leading up to Friday for the new blockchain parlay, and then we're, of course, going to finish off with our market analysis. Tons of stuff to go over today. We're excited to have you guys back. Let us know how you feel about the markets today in the chat. Also, if it's your first time here, please say hello. We'd love to give you a shout out on the channel. With that being said, Robin?
You know, outside of the like button, YouTube also favors an active chat.
Yes.
You got people talking.
Activate.
We bring people over here.
Let's activate the chat right now. Let's activate the chat.
We're going to turn this into what? A Vegas?
Party.
Vegas party.
Sin City party, baby.
Turn it into a Vegas party, baby.
All right, bro. So,
Okay, I'm here to have lots of discussion about the market.
were you shitting yourself when you saw the markets tank?
I had some sloppy joes, so that was the only thing I was shitting. Okay, but okay, couple things. Market's down. There's blood in the streets.
Blood in the water.
You know, there's
Sharks are here.
yeah. You know, people are nervous. People are uneasy.
Tell them why they shouldn't be nervous, Robin.
Shouldn't be nervous.
Tell them why.
Okay, first of all, we still sitting, what, 5,000 down from where we were? We were at
Not
43,000, and now we're
Barely.
at 38. We're still in a good zone. Bitcoin is still strong. Bitcoin did not shut down. Bitcoin did not get banned here in the U.S. or anywhere else other than China. And in the long term, crypto is going to take over the world. It's going to replace the old financial system. And if you just stay the course, you don't freak out, do something stupid, you'll be all right. So,
Don't panic, so.
yeah, don't panic sell. Okay, so here's the thing. I saw a couple people in the chat, and just the overall sentiment with the crypto space is that people are worried, people are losing money, the portfolios are down. Here's the thing. If you are a savvy investor, if you've watched our show, and even majority of the major YouTube shows, everyone kind of says the same thing. It is to diversify your investments, keeping majority in stable projects like Bitcoin, for example, Ethereum, and then your higher risk projects to diversify to allocate a smaller percentage of your portfolio. 1 to 10% was probably kind of the general consensus. So if you are sweating bullets today, then you need to reevaluate your investment strategy, because that just means that you are either not planning on holding long term, or you're heavily invested in speculative projects that maybe won't come out of a bear market. let's not kid ourselves. We are in a bear market. Now, when does the reversal happen? Who knows? Maybe it happens next week. Maybe it happens next month. And maybe it happens next year.
Maybe it happens during our live stream today.
So, if you if you overinvested in these meme coins and these burn tokens and these small projects that don't have any damn utility, if we go into a prolonged bear market, if we are in a bear market for over a year, you're probably going to be out. You're probably going to be out that money, because if history proves itself again, which usually does, the lower projects, the things that are more hype driven, they lose their value, and then over a sustained period of time, if you had $1,000 in there, and then 2 months later you're at $400, 2 months after that you're at $200, at some point you're just going to cash out. After about 8 months, you're going to cash out. And not only are the investors doing this, but also the developers as well. So when the developers are more invested than you are. So if you're invested into a meme coin or a meme project or a speculative project, if something that's already kind of iffy, if those developers are sitting on $10 billion or $10 million, let's say $10 million, $100 million, and then all of a sudden they go down to 50 million, and they hold 30% of the supply, so their portfolio just shrank huge. And then month 5, then month 8, month 10, when it goes down more and more, and then all of a sudden they went from $10 million, now they got $300,000. They have their overhead, their expenses. Running a blockchain ain't free. So what has happened over and over again? These smaller crypto projects, protocols, blockchains, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they just close down. They liquidate what they got, and then who ends up paying the bill? The retail investor that jumped on something for a quick get rich quick scheme. Let me tell you, Bitcoin ain't going nowhere. And if you're not happy, if you're not entertained with the idea of taking your money and getting 5 to 10-fold returns on your investment over the course of 5 to 10 years, if that's not enough for you, you need to reevaluate, because the lotto tickets are exactly what they are. They're lotto tickets. And everybody sit here and they ramble and they talk about, and they're like, oh my God, I made so much money here. What you don't hear is the thousands of people that lose their money every time this shit happens. It's just like here in Vegas. Everybody want to come up to you when they tell you when they hit a jackpot, but they don't come up to you and tell you when they lost $2,000 when they're struggling to pay their mortgage. You don't hear those stories.
I lost $2,000.
You might hear them, but you don't hear them as frequently as the gains. So don't get it twisted. When somebody comes up to you and tells you how much money they made on Shiba Inu, Doge, and those are the big recognizable names. But when people come up to you and they tell you they made all this money on some small little tiny project that doesn't do anything, it's only driven by the community. But let me tell you something. If it's something that doesn't have utility, is driven by the community, it can't perform in the long term. There are exceptions like Dogecoin, Shiba, but maybe even those they'll fade out. I mean, they got to either step their game up or they're going to get left behind. They're going to fall in the same category. You can look at all the giant projects, the Dash, the Monero, all these big projects that just faded out of existence. Tron and stuff like that.
Litecoin.
Yeah. And unfortunately, if you buy the tops on these speculative coins or these doo-doo projects,
You're going to get wrecked.
yeah, think of it this way. Whatever you invest in, can you pass it on to your kids? That's the question you'd ask yourself. Can you pass it on to your son or your daughter? When they 12, 15 years from now, is it an asset? It doesn't even have to be crypto. You should be making your investments, real estate, S&P 500, like gold. I don't know. You need to think of long-term assets. You need to have that. And, if you believe so much in crypto, then just do it in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, let's be real, man. If it ain't worth it 5 to 10 years from now, then we should have a video on that shit too. Want to pull that up?
To Robin's point, I want to show you guys this. To Robin's point, it's not just the crypto markets. Literally everything is down. The S&P is down 1%. Dow is down 193 points. NASDAQ is down 190 points. The Russell 2000 is down 8 points. Oil is down. Gold is down. So
The asset market, tech stocks,
Everything is down.
yeah. And let's take into account, when you see, you might get used to seeing the numbers for crypto. It's a baby compared to the S&P 500. S&P 500, okay, so crypto in its entirety, all of crypto, $2 trillion. S&P 500, $43 trillion.
That's insane.
So, and that doesn't even have all, that's just the top 500 companies. There are thousands of companies. So, for them to go down 1% of 43 trillion is $430 billion.
I told
130 or $430 billion got lost in one day in the S&P 500. So, don't kid yourself. 1% is fucking huge. It's only happened 8 times in the last 15 years.
Yesterday, me and Robert were talking on the phone, and he was like, S&P's down 1%. I'm like, 1% is not that big of a deal. And then when he puts it into perspective, he goes, they're worth 44 trillion. 1% is 440 billion. That's the entire market cap for Ethereum. It's completely wiped out in a day. And when you think of it that way, that's absolutely huge. So when we see 20, 30% dips in crypto and Bitcoin, if you want to correlate it to the stock market, it's not the same as a 20, 30% dip in the stock market. It's more like a 2 to 5 to 6% dip in the stock market. That's what people lose focus of. They see 30% dip and they try to correlate it to their other investments, whether it's stocks, mutual funds, whatever the case may be. It's not the same. You got to look at it. You got to look at it from a standpoint of what's the total market cap of cryptocurrencies? What's the total market cap of stocks? And if you look at them and compare it that way, then it makes sense. So if the S&P 500 is down 1%, are you selling all your S&P 500 stocks? Probably not. Are you thinking the S&P 500 is going to zero? Probably not. So why do people think that when Bitcoin or crypto is down 15, 20%, that it's going to go to zero? Like, if you're in the cryptocurrency space, the entire narrative, every time Bitcoin or crypto dips, that, oh, it's going to go to zero, the possibility of it fading away. Like, if that still runs through your head, you should not be investing money in cryptocurrency. You should not be investing money in cryptocurrency until you truly believe that cryptocurrency is here to stay. It has a place in the future of our lives, and it's going to change the world. If you don't think that, then you should not invest your money in cryptocurrency, because these things happen all the time. Bear markets are long. They happen all the time. 20, 30% dips are normal. If you're not comfortable with that.
That goes for every market. It's just the idea of investing.
But the whole narrative with
investing and gambling are two different things.
But the whole I'm talking about the crypto narrative, right? Every time we see a big pullback like this, you start hearing the FUD, you start hearing crypto's going to zero, is Bitcoin here to stay, it can crash to zero. Like, if that thought still crosses your mind, don't invest in cryptocurrency. Do some more research, find out until you truly believe that crypto's here to stay, then invest in it. Because when you see 20, 30% dips, you're not going to get scared. You're not going to worry. You know what you're going to do? You're going to see it as a buying opportunity. You're going to dollar cost average in, you're going to load up your bags, and then that way when we are in a bull market, you can see your portfolio grow, you can start taking profits, whatever the case may be. So that's all I got to say on that.
Yeah, it's just, I don't want to be too negative here, but, if you got burned, you need to reevaluate your investment strategy. That's it. And, Bitcoin ain't going nowhere. And year over year, Bitcoin does nothing besides go green. So if you look at it in that sense, who cares what happens in the 3 or 4 months? Every year, year over year, Bitcoin outperforms where it did when it first started. Might not be very, very large, but like I was saying, there's gambling, there's investing. You want to gamble, you want to try to hit it big, and all of a sudden cash a bunch of money out real quick. You're
probably going to
go gamble, because that's what you're doing when you're in these speculative projects. But if you're investing, you're looking towards the future. You're looking into sharing your hard-earned money with another project. Don't get it twisted. I mean, every time you deposit and you buy a token, you're essentially putting a piece of yourself in that project. And who knows, if that shit isn't stable enough, it'll just crash. But
and if you don't believe Robin, then maybe you'll believe one of the most successful business people in the country. He runs a multi-billion-dollar company called MicroStrategy. We pulled a video clip for you guys. This is Michael Saylor talking on Bloomberg,
AKA Dada.
Let's go ahead and roll it.
So about this possible winter, are you really not feeling the cold?
Look, if you're going to invest in Bitcoin, a short time horizon is 4 years, a mid-time horizon is 10 years. The right time horizon is forever. You know, Warren Buffett said, you know, if you wouldn't hold it for 10 years, you shouldn't hold it for 10 minutes. So if you look at the course of 4 years, no one's ever lost money over 4 years holding Bitcoin. And if you look at, you know, our experience, we started buying it at $10,000, and now it's up by a factor of 4. So given the right time horizon, you're fine. So it's a blessing and a curse. The blessing is it makes it the most exciting, interesting thing in the financial universe everywhere in the world. And the curse is it can induce anxiety for people that have a short attention span or are focused on a narrow time horizon.
I want to say that man's got a lot of leather and a lot of wood in his house. He's always got a webcam set at a different spot of the house. Everywhere he goes, it's leather and wood. It probably smells like rich mahogany in that man's
You guys,
house.
hear what he said? No one has ever lost money on Bitcoin when you invest in it long term, guys. Even if you buy the top, it's fine. Just if you bought the top, it's okay. I've bought tops. Robin's bought tops. We've all bought tops because we FOMO in, and that's fine. But don't go out and rush and try to sell your crypto when you see a 20, 30% dip. Or when you hear people coming out and saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to zero, crypto's going to zero. Look at it as a long-term investment.
Did you see his face? That man is not worried. That man is not sweating bullets.
It's just he probably went on and spent another few billion and bought more.
Okay, so we're gonna switch this narrative up. Okay, I done told y'all investors that might have fell down. Told the investors that might have taken some lumps that maybe you need to reinvest, look into your investment strategy.
Reevaluate.
But anyways, let's talk about where we're at. Markets are juicy, my dude. It's a fire sale. Everything's half off. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to make money in crypto, if you are looking for the big payday, the millionaires and the money is made in the bear market. And if you think FOMOing into projects when everything is green and skyrocketing and mooning, you're highly mistaken. That is not where the gains are made. The gains are made and by identifying solid long-term projects when they're cheap in the bear market before everybody else is jumping into them. Because I know when you go to work, ain't nobody talking crypto right now. They might be like, oh, crypto's down. My portfolio, oh my God. Like, but let me tell you something.
This is your chance.
And right now, the heat is off the market. There ain't all those retail investors that don't know what the hell they're doing, FOMO into projects. Ain't nobody dumping a paycheck into a meme coin right now. I promise you. Nobody. And if you are, good luck. But but anyways, yeah, now's a great time. Like you could pick up Polygon sitting at what, $1.80?
God, guys, Polygon
Cardano back to $1.20. And you know, even Cardano would be sitting at $1.20.
Binance coin, $420. Avalanche under $80. Like, there's
you know
so many amazing projects that are tried and true that you don't have to worry about just vanishing, that you can literally go pick up for a 40, 50% discount right now. If you've been eyeing a project like Ethereum when it was around $4,200, $4,500, it's at $2,700. Go out and buy yourself a few, or $100, or whatever the case may be. Not financial advice, of course. But instead of just trying to strike it rich and hitting a lottery ticket, look, I have a couple lottery coins as well. Nothing wrong with it, but I understand that those, I'm probably going to lose my money on those, and I'm okay with it. But 95% of my money is in stable projects that have been through bear markets, that are tried and true, that have utility that people need and want to use every single day. So if you load up on those and you stack your bags and you dollar cost average, I promise you, because what goes up must come down and what goes down must come up.
Not always. Sometimes things go down, they just never come back.
I'm talking about the main crypto projects, your Ethereum, Bitcoin, Binance, Avalanche, blah, 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 blah. So load up your bags. Don't freak out.
Don't
This is a buying opportunity.
That's right.
Think of it like Black Friday. You've been eyeing a TV that's $3,000 and Walmart's got it for $1,500 on Black Friday. Are you going to say, oh my God, the TV I have now is worth $1,500, or would you just go buy another one? Go buy another
Well,
TV.
it also, you got to think this is, like you were saying, this is every market. It's a housing market. 2008, when the housing market crashed, my dad had just bought a new house. Cost him like
Same thing with my dad, man.
$220,000. He bought a new house right before the market crashed.
My dad got
And then he tried to do one of those short sales because his house was valued at like $90,000. Anyways, he did like a short sale for $100K or something like that. And then, anyways, he ended up buying the same house back for like $150,000. And yeah, I guess he did save money, but he went through all these loops, fucked up his credit, and at the end of the day, his house now is worth $300,000. So, if you invest in stable assets like Bitcoin or even real estate, even if it goes through a market dump, 2008, the value of the house pretty much went down by over 100% or 50%.
100%.
One bazillion percent. But anyways, if he would have just held on to the house and lived in it, which he never moved, he would have had more money he would have recouped what the initial downturn in the market was. And I don't know. You know what? Buy some Bitcoin. Fucking just
Don't be scared, guys.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be
Chill,
okay.
bro.
I promise.
Chill.
Crypto and Bitcoin are not going to zero. Don't listen to what these things
you want a little bit bigger returns, go into Ethereum and
Oh my God,
Cardano
guys.
and Polygon
ETH,
and all
I'm
that stuff.
telling
So-
you, ETH, $2,700 is a steal. I'm trying to control myself, but I couldn't help it.
What was the all-time high for ETH? It was like 48.
47. So you're getting almost a
So
50%
we know Ethereum is going to cross all-time highs.
Yeah, there's way too much going on with ETH and NFTs right now for Ethereum not to bounce back. But anyways, let's get into our very first segment.
Let's roll.
We like to call the hot take.
It's hot.
Oh, that's fire, baby. Mucho caliente.
All right, so the hot take question I will pose to myself and to Robin is this. So we've heard about the central bank in Russia saying that the government of Russia should ban Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
Well, that was news yesterday, so maybe they haven't heard it. Why don't you explain it?
Okay, so the central bank of Russia stated that they recommended to the Russian government that they should ban Bitcoin trading, Bitcoin mining, and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency payments. So cryptocurrency as a whole should be banned in Russia. And some of the reasons, this one kind of stood out to me, and I read it from the article. The central bank commissioner said, risks include people converting their fiat savings into crypto assets. So they see cryptocurrency as a direct threat to their national currency. So what better way than to protect their national currency than to outlaw cryptocurrency in general? So my question is this, although it hasn't happened yet, what kind of effect will a possible Russia ban on cryptocurrency have? All right. So before we answer this question, there's a picture I want to show you guys. So I know it's a little small, but I'll help you guys read this. So this is a list of countries and the number of crypto owners and the percent of population they have. So number one, we have India with over 100 million people owning crypto, which is 7.3% of their population. Next up is US, sitting at 27 million people. And then third is Russia. Russia is the second largest percentage of population people that have money invested in crypto, right around 11.9%. 11.3 million people in Russia
There's a lot of
have money in
there
crypto.
is a lot of financial and corporate corruption when it comes to Russia. Not to say there isn't any here. We got our own politics and corruption, but it runs pretty rampant there in Russia as well. So it gives people an avenue to one, remove themselves from the eyeballs, that is the government, from having their hands in everything that you do. So they can pretty much track and know how much money you make and where you're going and all that jazz. So
So Robin,
Yeah,
What kind of
this
effect?
removes that power. It removes your identity. You're basically unplugging from the network that is the fiat currency and the monetary system they have there. So it gives you an option, and it scares people. And not to mention, like the banks, exactly what you said. It scares the banks. The money is leaving savings account. Why keep your money in a savings account? Ask yourself that question. Why would you keep $100,000 in a savings account? What is the purpose of it? You're not gaining any interest.
And if you guys don't know what banks do, when you deposit money, they don't just keep the money in their bank vault. They take your money, they invest it, they make money for themselves, and then they give you your money back with a 0.01% interest rate. So cryptocurrency is threatening that.
Yeah.
Because as more people are taking fiat money out of their bank accounts and into cryptocurrency, these banks are left with less money to invest in, less money to make money for themselves with your money. And they're not going to let that happen. So what do? They try to ban cryptocurrency. So again, Robin, what possible effect or what effect will a possible Russia ban have on the cryptocurrency markets?
Well, I'd be lying if I said it didn't really matter, or if there is a large concentration of mining in Russia. There is a ton of the market cap that we have in cryptocurrency comes from Russia. Their economy is probably number 3 behind the U.S. and China. I would assume. I don't know the
India's
numbers,
up there.
but if they're not number
You know what,
3,
Russell? We have a native Indian here. Russell, where does India rank in the world for the economy?
they have a lot of buzz for crypto in India.
Oh, they're number 1.
Yeah.
Over 100 million people own cryptocurrency in India. So
Yeah. So will it come to a full out ban in Russia? I doubt it.
you don't think
But
so?
I don't think so.
Russia and China are buddy.
Not really.
Yeah,
They do trade a lot, and
Vladimir Putin literally said China is very important to Russia.
yeah, every country can say that.
They don't say about
U.S.
the
can
US.
say that shit. Donald Trump won't admit it, but but no, it's I don't think it's gonna get banned in Russia.
But if it does,
there's a lot. Okay, so there's a lot of people in Russia that are using it and build businesses and economies and jobs, and Russia isn't what it used to be. Russia used to be neck and neck with the U.S. It's lost a lot of steam, and maybe crypto can help it out. Maybe with the adoption of crypto instead of the regulations and the banning, maybe that could give Russia some more economic prosperity. I mean, who knows? But I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, this is a recommendation by the central banks. Central banks are watching the money leave the savings account and going into a crypto exchange or hardware wallet of some sort, and the central banks are just speaking up to the government, looking for some help.
central banks, your greed is catching up to you guys.
Yeah.
People are onto you. They know what you're doing with their money, and they're saying, fuck you. I'm going to take my money, and I'm going to make money for myself the way you make money for yourself, but with my own money. I'm going to spit some facts at you guys here, okay? The annual volume of trading in Russia in cryptocurrency is $5 billion. Cryptocurrency was listed as Russia's 5th most popular investment vehicle with a percentage rating of 17%, which is ahead of gold. Gold is at 16%, and ahead of stocks and shares, which is at 10%. So people want to invest in crypto. They're investing in crypto more than they're investing in stocks or gold. So I'll probably have to agree with, well, I don't know, because Russia is a communist country. So if they want to ban something, they're going to ban it. They're not going to give a shit what their citizens have to say. But if the citizens have something to say about it, I don't think they're going to let it happen.
No, man. The history of the government in Russia is that they just do
Whatever they want.
Yeah, they do whatever they want, and it's not so much prudent on what the citizens want. It's more. You got to think for the government system that they have in Russia. And there are pros and cons to every government system, our own included. But some of the things that when you look at a communist country is that they can make laws, they can pass laws a lot quicker. There's not as much bureaucracy, and on top of that, they like the way Putin goes about legislation is that everything he does, he's doing for the betterment of the country. He wants the country to succeed. He wants.
Do you really believe that?
Yeah, 100%. The man is like a full bred, like, nationalist. He's, he wants prosperity. He wants clout. He wants his country to succeed
At any cost.
Yeah, and there are downturns there, but at the same time, it's they've made succeed. They are one of the strongest economies in the world. So don't think that they just got there because they just stole money and stuff like that. I mean, they have a very, very successful economy. There is a lot of corruption, and you could say the same thing about any country. I'm not behind communism. I think I like our system. I think it's great, but you can't discount that certain things do run a little bit more efficiently in a communist or an autocratic regime. So anyways, I think he's going to do what's best for the nation. And I think crypto's doing good. I think crypto,
Not for the central bank.
I think not for the central banks, but I think for the citizens, the people, the job creation, the market there, I think cryptocurrency is a positive for Russia. And I think they're just going to maybe throw down some regulations and call it a day. That's my opinion, but I don't know.
All right. Let's move on to our next segment, the Chitta Chatta. A lot of articles for you guys today. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So Robin did mention, or sorry, not Robin. Stereo 2 mentioned, I tried to buy Sunday last night. The transaction is still pending. Well, here's why. Sunday Swap launches on Cardano, but users report failing transactions. The first DEX on Cardano launched on the mainnet to allow traders to perform swaps and add liquidity, but network congestion has slowed transactions processing. Yesterday, Robin said that there was going to be some hiccups, and I said, no, there's not, because they got Cardano behind them, and I was wrong. So, yeah.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah,
You're wrong. No, let's let me go back to what I was saying yesterday.
Hold on, let me read something real quick, and this is going to be for Stereo too. This is from Sunday Swap CEO. If your order is on chain, it will be processed. Orders are failing due to congestion. Please be patient. So there you go. Okay, Robin, go ahead. What were you going to say? Yeah.
Okay. So I said yesterday, this is a new project. There's such a large community that has been waiting for Sunday Swap. How many people are in their Twitter or Instagram or
Sunday Swap?
Yeah. Well, take a
me a
look at
second,
that.
I'll
But
tell you right now.
anyways, gigantic community. Tons of people were waiting for, and you got to think of all the Cardano homers, all of the people that were waiting for this, waiting for some utility of smart contracts to come out, and all these people were just waiting in line, and the writing was on the wall. If you couldn't see it, then
Sunday Swap's got 285,000 followers on
285,000 followers on, and that doesn't even include the Cardano homers that don't follow Sunday Swap. That are like, oh, there's an exchange now, let me use it. So, anyways, what I'm saying is that this is true for any software that gets rolled out. This is a DApp, but essentially it's very comparable to a software. Doesn't live on a mainframe. It just lives on a blockchain. So with this, you think of rolling out a brand new video game. Think of rolling out a new Call of Duty game or a new Battlefield game or something like that. Some brand new software, and you launch it, and then 200,000 people start playing it right away. Or millions of people start playing it right away. There's always bugs. There's always hiccups. There's always game crashes. And then they got to go in and fix it. It is no different in the blockchain. If anything, it's more complicated because you're doing decentralized finance, at least for this project. You have something that's supposed to be automated that needs no control. It's there, it's supposed to run. So to think that this was going to have no hiccups is a little arrogant. And then I know David mentioned yesterday, he's like, but it's on Cardano. Remember, it's just a DApp. It's not built by Cardano.
I know, but
Say if we use the same reference with the video game, you could have a badass computer sitting at home. You're going to have a $3,000 computer that plays video games. Doesn't matter how good the computer is. Doesn't matter how good the hardware is. It's all, if the software isn't designed right, it doesn't matter what it's running on. And if the DApp ain't designed right, it doesn't matter if it's on Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin, like whatever. They're not intertwined. It's just the protocol they decided to use when they launched their DApp. But I think they'll get out of it. They'll be all right. They'll be fine. So
I'm going to read something else from the article here. It says The Sunday Swap team hosted a Twitter space AMA. If you're not familiar with what an AMA stands for, it's a term thrown around a lot. It stands for Ask Me Anything. So essentially, the founders of the project or whatever, they get on, they do a live stream, and you can ask them questions. To further address any issues that traders were having with the platform, in light of the tremendous backlog of orders holding up swaps, or scoops as they're called on Sunday Swap, one user asked what the expected effect of an upcoming Cardano node upgrade would have. So the CTO, Matt Ho, said, once the change happens on the 25th, we expect greater than a 2x throughput increase from strictly the memory bump by itself as additional protocol parameters become available. So it's new. They're working out the kinks. I thought it was going to go flawless. I was wrong. Unlike Robin, I can admit when I'm wrong because I'm a Packer fan. That's what we do. We're good people. Not like Raider fans. So that's all I got for that. Let's move on to our very next article. Congress weighs cleaning up cryptocurrency mining in the U.S. They should clean our oceans for one. On Thursday, members of Congress debated how to make cryptocurrencies greener as energy-intensive Bitcoin mining booms in the U.S. One of the biggest questions was whether to use renewables to power the energy-hungry mining at the heart of Bitcoin's blockchain, or turn to other blockchains that don't need as much energy in the first place. Cryptocurrency presence in everyday life will likely continue to expand, said a representative from Colorado. As the industry moves forward, it's crucial for cryptocurrency networks to identify ways to reduce the need for constant high-volume energy use and minimize effects on the environment. And then we hear about how much energy Bitcoin takes. The Bitcoin network gobbles up more electricity than the countries of Ukraine or Norway use in a year. So yes, it uses a lot, but with renewable energies and more renewable energies coming into the space, we will see better. But here's what I like. Cryptocurrency presence in everyday life will likely continue to expand. So our senators and our congresspeople understand that cryptocurrency is here to stay. And instead of trying to fight against it, they are trying to look for solutions, which I like. So, Robin, what are your thoughts?
I was reading the chat. Sean said he jumped in the stream and heard me glorifying Mother Russia. Well, you know what? I my wife's Russian. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, thank you. Anyways, with the article, greener Bitcoin, like we discussed it at length yesterday. It is a problem. I think it's overblown. Most of the energy consumption is already pretty green anyways. And, if the miners don't step up and try to remedy the out of control energy consumption that's only going to escalate from this point forward, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to take up more energy. If they don't try to curtail it in some kind of way in the future, you're just going to get more articles like this, and then there's going to be action at some point. Maybe it's 10 years from now, 20 years from now. I don't think the U.S. is going to have any drastic measures. I don't think the U.S. is going to all of a sudden start banning mining, or they're banning. I just think they're going to just try to push towards more green energy. But if it starts to run rampant and get out of control, then, watch out. So.
And then just reading one more thing from the article here. The U.S. is the second biggest climate polluter after China. And someone from Congress said that cryptocurrency's energy usage is going to be an increasing issue for the committee. At this point, we don't have any answers. Well, look harder. You might find some.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to our next article. Sticking with government, the Fed issues discussion paper on benefits and risks of digital dollar. The Federal Reserve would only pursue a CBDC in the context of broad public and cross-governmental support, said the recently published paper. In a publication released Thursday titled Money and Payments, the U.S. Dollar in the Age of Digital Transformation, the Fed said it would likely not be authorized to issue digital wallets or accounts capable of holding a U.S. CBDC, but rather leave such matters to the private sector. That's interesting. In addition, the government body said it would be considering privacy concerns, whether a CBDC could be, quote, readily transferable between customers of different intermediaries, and identity verification to combat money laundering and the financing of terrorism. So I just thought it was interesting that they talked about private sector. You know anything about the U.S.? It's a free economy. I like it when the private sector is the one in charge, with obviously some parameters set so they don't try to gouge people like us consumers. But anytime the government dips their hand in the honey pot, they seem to fuck it up. So if you have private sector doing this, you're going to have competition. And what does competition breed? Robin?
Babies?
No.
Oh.
Competition breeds success.
That's right.
Because if you're not keeping up with your competition, then what are you doing? You're going to fall behind. You're going to become irrelevant. So I think this is good. It's obvious that we are going towards digital currency. Over 97% of the world's money is already digital anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Only less than 3% is in physical cash or coin. So also, we got 14 people in the chat.
14 people.
Huh?
14 people.
That's what I said. We have 14 people in the chat. If this is your first time here with us at Sin City Crypto, welcome. I'm David. Ugly Man is Robin. Say hello in the chat. We'd love to give you guys a shout out on the show. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any content. Robin, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so, I'll piggyback off of what you're saying. So, competition. Competition when it comes to the financial sector is called free market. If you have a free market, you have options. You can go with one or you can go with the other. Now you can go with government money, fiat, or you can go with crypto. And the free market has always evolved every space that it has touched. So let's take, for example, we'll go with something that was more controlled. Take your phone company. Remember when you had to make a long distance phone call? When you only had one phone provider? You had that the phone with the cord
Let's
on the
talk
bottom.
about Cox Cable.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll go to that one next.
Let's go to,
So you got the phone. You had to pay. Was it like $1.50 a minute to call international? And then what ended up happening? Everyone started getting cell phones, and then they're like, yeah, you can. International calls are free here. Yeah. Well, then this person wanted to charge $1. Like, okay, we're gonna do free. We're gonna do free international calls too. So, anyways, that business model evolved, and it ended up being more efficient and cheaper, essentially for the consumer. You can do the same with television, with cable. When people first started disconnecting from cable, those people were deemed as weird. Like, oh, what are you watching? I'm just watching Netflix. So you don't got cable? I'm like, no. And then all of a sudden, people disconnected from the old fiat system, but instead of the fiat system, they disconnected from Cox Cable, for their broad, whatever cable company they use, and then they diversified. And then they picked and choose the products they wanted. They picked and choose Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, all of that crap. Or just straight up YouTube, like Sin City Crypto, baby. So anyways, that market evolved and it became cheaper, more efficient, and better. And then you could tailor your own entertainment to your own liking. You didn't have to be forced to watch fucking sitcoms. And when it was 1 a.m, you had nothing to watch besides infomercials. Now you have options. We can all agree that the television space is better with free market. When you had one provider, either dish or cable, you wanted to watch TV at 1 a.m. when you got off of work, you had nothing to watch. Then the free market gave you options. The same thing can be said for financial market. So right now, in the past, 1999, 2005, you had nothing to use besides the fiat money. And if the government inflated the crap out of it and you lost your purchasing power, you're screwed. You had no other options. That was it. Either that or buy gold. And then now you have options. You don't have to use that crap system. You don't have to be at the mercy of the politicians and their policies and law changes. You don't have to worry about like what is in the best interest for the Fed chairman. You do what's in the best interest for yourself.
Leon, our friend, he's from the UK. He said the government's making the movement into digital currency. And I think we will see more and more of this happen across the globe.
But also another thing they did mention, so they basically, this was like the white paper. They discussed positives and the negatives of the CBDC. And they kind of got the vibe that they're not going to get into the CBDC. They said they're not ready for it yet. That was the ultimate thing that came out of this is like, all right, here's the positive, here's the negatives. We're not ready to move into this market yet. Good. We don't want you here.
Leave. One more thing I want to read from this article for you guys, and then we'll be done. This is from let's see, from the Fed paper, it says, quote, a CBDC could fundamentally change the structure of the U.S. financial system, altering the roles and responsibilities of the private sector and the central banks. Some have suggested that if these new CBDCs were more attractive than existing forms of the U.S. dollar, global use of the U.S. dollar could decrease, and a U.S. CBDC might help preserve the international role of the dollar. Again, U.S. dollar is the world's reserve currency, and they see cryptocurrency as a direct threat to that. So at least the U.S. is trying to get ahead of the game. Well, maybe not ahead of the game, but catch up to the game and do a CBDC so people will still use and hold the U.S. dollar across the world, not just in the U.S. All right, we are moving on to some NFT and metaverse news. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, and Instagram to allow users to create, display, and sell NFTs. Meta, the parent company of both Facebook and Instagram, is drawing up plans to integrate NFTs on the social media giants' platforms. Several people familiar with the plans have disclosed that the integration will allow for displaying one's NFT as a profile picture and will also introduce a native NFT marketplace on the two platforms for buying and selling NFTs. So, Robin, if you got NFTs and you can sell it on Facebook or Meta, or you can sell it on OpenSea.
We're going to go back to the same analogy I always use. Whatever's easiest for the investor that isn't too experienced. So myself personally, and I think yourself, you're going to keep using the platforms that you're comfortable with.
Yes.
And if somebody...
Unless fees are lower.
But here's the thing. You're going to keep doing what you're comfortable with, unless you can save a penny somewhere else. But people that are comfortable using Instagram, people that are on their phone all day long on Instagram, people that are on their phone scrolling with their finger, just swipe on Facebook all day long. The people that live in that ecosystem, if they're interested in buying NFTs, where do you think they're going to buy and sell them? Right there. Where are they going to showcase them? Right there. Why? It's all about comfortability, convenience, the ease of use. If they can master that, then yeah, that's what people are going to use. That's what their user base is going to use. Don't kid yourself. If you don't use Facebook, you're not all of a sudden gonna log into your Facebook account that you haven't been on in 8 months and then start buying and trading NFTs on Facebook. You're not gonna do that crap. Let's be real. But same time, if you're already there, you're already living in that ecosystem, and that's something you're interested in, yeah, you're gonna take advantage of it for sure. And then it's kind of convenient, because most people put their NFTs as their profile picture for their social media account. So why even have to move it around? You can just buy it and put it right there, just like that. So, David?
I'm just reading the chat. Leon said, if the market ain't going parabolic, why all the massive investment over the next 4 months?
The investment is gonna be every month.
Yeah, Leon.
So it doesn't matter It's gonna be if you look at any chart. If you look at any chart for cryptocurrency or for Bitcoin, look at a Bitcoin chart, and you pull it across 10 years. There's nothing besides go up. So that's it. That's what it's gonna do. It's gonna take 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Is Leon asking why he should?
What up, Leon, man? I'm glad to see you back in here, man. I miss Leon.
Yeah, Leon. Are you asking like if it's not going to go parabolic in the next 4 months, why should you invest in it or?
But people are always gonna invest in crypto every month. You might get more investment 1 month, might be more retail FOMO, more institutional investment, but every month.
He asked about Cosmos. Cosmos pumped because their utility is finally live, the Cosmos Hub. So yeah, but everything is down today except stablecoins. So if you have money in stablecoins, you're good.
I think there was one project that was up. Something. It was
I'll tell you right now.
It's something I'm not familiar with, but there's one project in the top 100 that was in the green.
BitTorrent is up. Perpetual Protocol, and that's literally it.
Perpetual Protocol. I think that's the one. Yeah.
So, anyways, let us move on to our next article here. Some more NFT news. Okay, so I love NFTs, but this is one thing I hate about NFTs is rug pulls. If you do the math, and an NFT line comes out, you have about 10,000 NFT projects or specific NFTs in a line. So, Bored Apes has 10,000 items, Subducks, blah, blah, blah. 10,000 times 0.08 for the mint. That's 800 Ethereum. You do the math at current prices. So if you do it at 3,000, you're looking at $2.4 million. How easy is it for you to hype up a project, build a contract, sell it out, and then walk away with $2.4 million? It happens all the time. So you guys have to be careful. If you're new to the NFT space, I would not recommend minting. I would wait for a project to be out there for at least a couple weeks. That way you can dox the team, you can dox the project, you can see, you can talk to the community. Hey, how's everything gone? Are you happy with it? Were there any hiccups? Blah, 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 blah. Because this stuff that I'm showing you right now happens all the time. I have been part of a few. If you haven't been part of any rug pulls, you haven't been investing in NFTs for very long, or you don't invest that much. But a Solana NFT project rug pulls investors for $1.3 million despite verification. Guys, verification doesn't mean shit. Because if they go through an audit and they get verified, you can literally change the smart contract or not change it, but you can create a new smart contract and then make people mint off that one. So 9,100 Solana were stolen on this project. Scammers pulled off one of the largest rug pulls, $1.3 million. And the name of that project was Big Daddy Ape Club. Again, if you're new, I recommend to you, do not mint any new projects, because about 70% to 80% of new projects either are rug pulls or fall flat on their face. I think as more and more, as the NFT marketplace grows and there's more verification things that are put in place to protect people like me and you from rug pulls and actually hold these people accountable who are just taking money from people and leaving, it will get better. But in the meantime, just hang in there. So, you got anything to add on this before I move on?
Yeah, man. The NFT market is no different than any other new emerging market. So just like crypto was when it was in its infancy, and even now, lots of new projects that pop up that they just close down. So same as crypto. Be careful.
That's right.
Do your research.
Some better NFT news. Bud Light owns a Nouns Ethereum NFT and may use it in a Super Bowl ad. Budweiser extends its push into NFTs with a $394,000 profile pictures, which appears to have received an exchange for a Super Bowl spotlight. If an NFT makes it to the Super Bowl, Robin, how many people watch the Super Bowl? I think close to 100 million people, right?
Yeah, I think that's the average.
Close to 100 million people will be exposed
1
to
bajillion.
JPEGs and NFTs. So if you hold any NFTs, this is bullish.
Up? I want to see the picture of that thing. Is that the one? Is that the one they physically own?
Yes.
Okay.
Leon said regarding NFTs, how will Rarible platform? You mean looks rare?
Well, you have Rarible, and then you have.
I haven't used Rarible myself.
Rarible, and then you also have Looks Rare, which is
the new one that came out. That
that's-
one's pretty cool. I actually haven't listed any of my NFTs on there,
that
but
one's supposed to be big. It's supposed to be giving OpenSea a run for its money.
Yeah.
We're gonna look into that project a little bit more. I know there's some more recent buzz on this one. So is this NFT? Is that supposed to be like a mug of beer with glasses? Because
I don't know,
or is that just under the hair? Like, scroll up, bro. I want to see.
so
this.
this project.
Tell me that doesn't look like a mug of beer. Look, you got the handle. And I'm telling you, that's probably why they picked it up.
You know what? I'm actually going to.
You're gonna take a look at their project. I'm not familiar with that project. Have you seen it?
Not either. No. But apparently, the organization behind this project gave one of these NFTs to, but holy shit,
80 Ethereum floor price.
80 for fucking one of these beer things. Oh me, oh my! Look, is this a taco one? Let's see when these were minted.
Floor price, huh?
So
We didn't do a. Oh yeah, we did. We focused on the crypto bet this week.
Yeah, we did.
Every week we're gonna bring you one
Doesn't
NFT
say when it was
project that
minted.
we're kind of interested in. If there's any NFTs that the chat is holding, anything that you're curious about, let
minted
us know.
20 days ago.
Damn.
So this project gifted one of these, the beer one, obviously, to Bud Light in hopes that Bud Light will use it during the Super Bowl, their Super Bowl ad, because Bud Light always does dope ass Super Bowl commercials.
I don't know, man. That dilly thing was pretty bad, bro.
Yeah, but
That was
their
they
track
tried
record's
so
pretty-
hard.
their track record.
They
is-
tried
is
so
crazy.
hard with that dilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it.
Well, you also come in with the what's
that? That was a really good commercial. But that'll do it for our talking point segment. Robin,
Give us.
should we do the blockchain parlay now or after market analysis?
As you can see from his excitement to do it earlier, that he wants to get it out of the way.
No, let's wait.
Gloat.
Let's save it. Let's save it to the end. Guys, make sure you stay tuned because we have the results from our blockchain parlay. We're going to crown a winner, and I'll tell you something. It was a landslide.
You know, I was winning that damn thing until this market pullback. I had taken the lead and I was gonna win, and then the market dumped. And
Leon said,
Last
fucking
minute.
awful, that NFT. Yeah, it looks pretty bad, but hey, 80 Ethereum, bro. What do you, I mean, shit. So
I don't know, man. I bet you if they put that thing in a commercial, I bet you it'll be kind of cool. I bet you it'll be interesting.
yeah, man. Hey, any exposure is good exposure. Okay?
Does Budweiser company or Anheuser-Busch, do they own any like Bored Apes or anything?
I don't know, but they did buy an NFT. I'm not sure which one. They might have bought Visa bought a CryptoPunk. Actually, I think they might have bought a Bored Ape,
Yeah.
but we'll find out. Anyways, we're moving on to our second to last segment, the market analysis. Let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so let's look at our favorite CoinMarketCap, even though they fuck up all the time. Overall markets are down 11%. We have dipped under 1.8 trillion in overall total market cap. Bitcoin dominance is still over 40%, which is good. $38,100, down 11% in the last 24 hours. ETH sitting at 2760, down 14%. BNB getting close to $400. Man, if BNB dips under $400 and you guys are investing money and some of that money is not going to BNB, you crazy. Because when the bull trend or the bull market, whatever you want to call it, is back, BNB will surpass $1,000 per coin. You can take that to the bank. Take that to the bank. Once we are in a bull market again, BNB will reach $1,000. You heard it here first at Sin City Crypto. Cardano holding steady at $1.20, down 14%, wiping out all the gains over the last few days because of this dumbass market drop. If you have money in Cardano, let us know in the chat. We'd love to give you a pat on the back, a virtual pat on the back. XRP 66 cents, Terra Luna at 69.50, and Polkadot rounding out the top 10, down 13%, sitting at $21.64. Now, a couple of articles. We're not going to go these in depth, but $750 million in longs were liquidated in Thursday's sell-off.
Dang.
That is a lot
It's a
of
lot
money, my
lot of
friends.
cash holder.
That's a lot of money. So there's one reason. And here's something interesting. 5.7 million Bitcoin, not dollars worth of Bitcoin, actual Bitcoin. 5.7 million Bitcoin coins are now held below purchase price. So there's over 5.7 million coins, Bitcoin coins, that people bought that they're in the negative.
No, there's no way that a quarter of the supply of Bitcoin got bought at over 45,000.
Over 38,000.
No way, bro.
So you're saying this article is capped?
No, let's scroll down, bro. There's no way.
Over 5.7 million Bitcoin are currently
No.
held below purchase price value.
There's no way. They miswrote that. There's no way that a third of all Bitcoin got bought at over 40. They literally could not mathematically.
It's 18. It's
No.
18.
There's 17 million in circulation. So that's roughly a third of the supply got bought over 45,000.
Close to 30% of the total Bitcoin in circulation is reportedly held at a loss, Glassnode reports. Glassnode is extremely reliable.
I doubt that, man.
What do you mean you doubt that?
Fact check.
30%, guys. If you have time to fact check Robin, because I don't, because I got to deal with him all day. 30% of the entire Bitcoin supply is in circulation is currently at a loss.
Oh, it's circulation. That's not all of the Bitcoin.
Bro, close
if you
to
gotta-
literally, I'm reading the fucking article word for
I'm
word.
just saying, this article's boo-boo,
Close
bro.
to 30% of the total Bitcoin in circulation is reportedly held at a loss.
Well, that's circulate. Well,
A third of the circulating Bitcoin is now valued below break even.
somebody didn't read the charts right, bro.
What do you mean someone didn't read the charts right?
Bro, like there was. I'm telling you, bro.
So you think all the people that bought under 38 didn't sell any? Only got to 69.
Maybe.
Okay. So, okay. This article, let's say it's real, which I'm sure it is. Is this bullish or is this bearish? I think it's extremely bullish because now, here, let Robin pull out your phone, do the math. What's 5.7 million? Get your phone out.
What?
Do the math. What's 5.7 million times
Okay.
38,000?
I don't know how to type in fucking
Oh
million
my
here.
God, dude.
Look, what are you trying to get at?
What's 5.7 million times 38,000?
I don't know.
Well, dude, use your fucking calculator, man. Jesus.
There you
Christ.
go. Yeah, you got one right there too, bro. Yeah, there it
$5.7
is.
million
There it is.
times 38,000 is $216 billion worth of Bitcoin is now currently being held at a loss. So I believe that's $216 billion worth of Bitcoin that's not going to be sold. That's not going to be flooded into the market. So in my opinion, this is bullish. Robin, do you think it's bullish or bearish?
How in the hell could this be bullish? Okay, let's look at every single.
Because
No. Take into account the psychology of the investor.
Are you more likely to sell, get rid of your coins when you're at a loss
good.
or you're at a
It
profit?
sounds good, but let me tell you how things really work. People FOMO in, they buy the tops, and then they sell the bottoms. That's how markets work. And the smart money, the whales, they just fucking take advantage of that shit. But 90% of your investors, they buy when somebody at work tells them like, hey, Bitcoin
Thank you,
hit
Russell.
this. And they just freaking FOMO in. The dumb money, which is majority of the money, or at least majority of the pumps, they come in, they buy the tops, or they buy the way up, and then when they start losing money, shit bottoms out, they exit the position, they sell at a loss, and if they don't sell right now, maybe a year from now, they're like, fuck, man, I bought this Bitcoin a long-ass time ago, and still ain't making no damn money on this. I've lost a lot. I'm just going to sell it. I'm going to take an L.
Nah. You're going to hold on.
But that's what literally happens every fucking cycle. That's what happens with the stock markets. It's literally 100% repeated over and over.
Not gonna
so
happen.
all of a sudden, all the dumb investors that bought the top are all of a sudden they're gonna have this epiphany and they're gonna hold for 3 years.
Did you say Tiffany? Don't talk about my wife.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, it's just
What do you guys think?
the
You guys think-
history of marketing with human psychology, with money and investing. Time and time again, people buy the tops, they sell the bottoms. That's how. And then,
You
then
guys-
the smart money, the fucking whales, and the
guys-
people that are well informed, they
You know what?
they buy.
I need to add a mute microphone button on my stream here.
Mhm.
Would you guys in the chat, do you think that this is bullish, that 30% of Bitcoin circulating supply is currently sitting at a loss, or do you think it's bearish? I think it's bullish because people are less likely to sell at a loss and they will hold it because they see what cryptocurrency and Bitcoin can do. It can literally jump up 20% in a day. You can make all your gains back plus some. Robin thinks it's bearish because of dumb money.
I don't
like
think it's
yourself.
bearish. I think history is
Robin is
bearish.
apparently a historian now.
I am a historian. Yes,
He's a historian.
historian.
So he knows everything, and he
Know
knows
everything.
that article is not true, but it
I also want to
literally
know.
came from the.
I want to know who the hell was in our damn stream here earlier, and then unsubscribed.
What?
They must
Somebody
have
unsubscribed?
they must have taken a huge ass L on the portfolio.
So why would they unsubscribe?
They lost so much money.
They're like,
And we,
"Fuck this
and we come
channel."
in and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing with your investment portfolio?
John said article is true. Since May 2020, every time the percentage of Bitcoin supply
Sean?
in profit has dipped close to or below the 70% barrier, it's been a turnaround in the market.
Well then,
So, Sean, are you telling us right now that a reversal is coming? Let our viewers know. We want to know what you think.
I still think we're up for a bullish.
You still holding a 50K?
No, that's went out the
Get
window.
rid of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we crossed some support levels that didn't hold favorable for $50,000 Bitcoin, but I still think we're gonna have a turnaround. But you got to take into account that we might be into a prolonged bear market.
You've said multiple times, Robin.
My feeling though is that we're not. I think we've been going through these 3 and 4 month cycles, but there is a lot of steam that's been let out, a lot of momentum with inexperienced traders. A lot of the people that were excited to talk about crypto that never had any exposure to it, they threw some money in. They probably threw it into Shiba or whatever, and then now they're back at work, not thinking about crypto. So I think a lot of the buzz is gone. A lot of
tax season's upon us. Hey, you know what people do when they get extra money in their hands? They go out and they buy crypto. We saw it with the stimulus payments back in July and whatever the hell it was, June, July, August, September, whatever the fuck.
Well,
you're going to see it again during tax season.
You got to think,
we'll FOMO back.
As we mentioned when we first got on, the markets in general, the world global markets, financial markets are down. All the commodities, your assets down. The 10-year Treasury bonds is up, which is usually an indicator that the Feds are going to raise interest rates. I'm still curious if they're going to do that, because if the Feds were to raise interest rates with the market being down, I think they're going to backpedal. I think they're going to be like, well, we didn't take into account something or another. So I'm still curious to see when and if they're going to raise interest rates. They were supposed to do it 3 times this year, maybe even 4, but I doubt it. Also, you have China with that Evergrande thing, the housing market. The Chinese government is also printing and pumping a lot of money into their own government to prevent a collapse from the housing market thing. So, there's a lot of things going on in the economical scene across the world. So it's not just crypto, but crypto is the most volatile. So they're the ones that take the biggest L as far as percentages. But where you take a big L, it also takes a big W. So when it does bounce back, it's going to shoot past the gains that you would get from the S&P 500 and traditional stocks. So really excited to get that bounce, baby. Where are we looking at on support, price targets, trajectory for Bitcoin?
For Bitcoin? All right, let me go over this first. Let me go over.
Oh yeah, if there's any projects you want to take a look at, just let us know. We'll be glad to take a peek at it.
So obviously, top gainers and losers in the top 100. We have literally one gainer. That's not a stable coin. That's Perpetual Protocol. It's up 5% on the day. But look on the right side. Biggest losers of the day. Secret is down 22%. Cadena, Loopring, under $1. Loopring under $1. Guys, Robin and I are Loopring fans. If you're not familiar with Loopring, it is a layer 2 rollup for Ethereum. They have their own wallet. They have an app or a website you can go to. It's essentially like it kind of looks like a KuCoin. It settles transactions off the chain. It bundles the transactions together, waits for one big transaction versus doing 10 separate ones, so saving you money on gas. Great interface. You guys should definitely check it out. Near Protocol. Near got all the way up to $20. If you're not familiar with Near, super cool project. We did do a deep dive. Make sure you guys go watch that. Quant down 19%. If you're holding any of these top, let's say, 5 biggest losers, let us know. We want to give you a virtual hug, make you guys feel better, because I have like 2 or 3 of these top losers in here. Robin, what about you? Secret, Cadena, Loopring, Near Protocol, or Quant?
I still have Cadena,
Loopring. I know you have Loopring.
Loopring.
You end up buying any Near?
No, I don't have any Near.
What about Quant?
Nope.
Okay. Ooh, Sean said he's put a lot more Loopring in his shopping cart. Smart man. All right, now let's look at the Bitcoin chart. If we zoom out here, yeah, we are we are in that 36 to 38,000 range on the Bitcoin support. If we lose this range, we are going to $29,000, but 29 is very, very strong. We've touched that 29 zone in January of last year. We touched it again in June of last year. We touched it again in July. And it's a very, very strong support. So, shit, I'll tell you what, man. If Bitcoin drops to under 30K, it will not stay there for more than 2 seconds. You'll have El Salvador buying. You'll have Michael Saylor might literally sell his soul if Bitcoin drops to under 30K.
Yeah.
I know I might. So
here's I've been saying the same thing for a while. The ultimate floor, the absolute rock bottom for Bitcoin, where we will not trade for any prolonged period of time, no more than 1 day or two, will it not fall under $30,000? $30,000 is the base from this point forward. And so we're not far from there. So anyways, you ain't gonna lose much more than you already lost.
let's look at the 4 hour. I know, right?
You know what I mean? Like if you're down and out and you're like, oh man, this shit sucks. Well, you're pretty much at the bottom at this point.
This 4 hours.
So at 30,000, I think this is the ultimate floor. I don't even think it's gonna like bounce over there. I think 36 will probably be 36, 35, 5. I think that's probably my expectations if the downward keeps going. I'm a bullish man.
The 1 hour doesn't look.
So,
the 1 hour actually doesn't look bad. The 1 hour is indicating that we are getting ready for another significant price move, and I actually think we'll move to the upside this time. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If there's a project you guys want to take a look at, let us know.
Chef Murder says he feels like a loser.
Aw,
And
feel
Sean
that way,
says
my
there
friend.
are no losers, man. There's
Aw.
no losers in David and Robin's dojo.
that's right, Sean, my man, representing Sin City.
So
Crypto.
strong, baby.
That's right.
Chef, ask yourself a question. Were you planning on cashing out tomorrow, today, next week? Probably not. So it'll bounce back. You'll be in the green again. You good.
Yeah, don't worry, my friend. This is Ethereum's chart here. $2,700. I scooped some up at 29. I scooped some up at like 30.50, and I scooped some up at 28.20 this morning. I'm a big NFT guy, so you need ETH for NFTs, for the big ones at least.
Let me get a huge run up in Ethereum. Like we saw what happened with Cardano by launching a DEX. Think about the run up that Ethereum is going to have when it officially and will go to proof of stake. When there's no more delaying and it's actually on the horizon and it's coming, they're going to proof of stake. What is going to happen to the price of that Ethereum? It's going to freaking moon, my dude. So Ethereum right now at 2,700. If I were trying to get an Ethereum, I'd probably put a buy order in at 24.
24.
I think it could hit 24.
I doubt it.
Anyways, that's probably where I would be entering in, or that's where I would put in my limit orders.
I don't see.
I don't see it dropping under 25. I don't see it dropping under $2,500. But what ends up happening is it'll hit 2,500. It'll candle wick down to 23.8, and then it'll bounce back up, and it's sitting at 25.5.
We're
2,600.
We're sitting at support right now. It's 27, between 26.70 and 27.
You know what? I never
support,
filled the Bitcoin order. I took it down where I had it for 39,000.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll put in an order. I'll put in an order for ETH. For ETH. Maybe like 5 or 10 ETH.
I'll tell you what though, if
I'm telling you that 2,400, I can see it hitting that.
I think if we lose the support, I think we're heading down to the twos, like the low twos. We'll completely bypass, because if you look here, we have really, really strong support between 1,700 and like 1,810. So that's really good. But I just don't. Between the amount of people who are using ETH for NFTs, for smart, like for everything, I can't. Like, if anything, people are buying ETH because it's so cheap. Like for me, for example, the reason I keep buying ETH is because that I'm buying and selling NFTs constantly. So I'm like, shit, I can pick up one ETH for $2,700 and then go buy an NFT that was one ETH. That when ETH was at $3,500, and now I have intrinsic value in my NFT when ETH goes back up. So, yeah, that's that. But I think that'll do it for the market. And for the very last segment, we introduced a new skit last Friday called Blockchain Parlay. If you are not familiar with Blockchain Parlay, what it is, well, if you're not familiar with sports betting, a parlay is you take two picks. Could be, let's say, you pick the Bengals to win, you pick the 49ers to win last week. Instead of betting them separately, you combine them, you create what's called a parlay. The odds of your money are higher. So instead of getting 1-to-1 on your money, you will get something like 3-to-1 on your money. So Robin and I took that concept. We created a blockchain parlay. We take two projects in the top 100 from Friday to the next Friday. So 7 days. Whoever has the higher percentage return, or in this case, a lower loss percentage of return after those 7 days, is deemed the winner. So to recap, last week, Robin picked Elrond and Ravencoin. And I picked Polygon and Aave. So without further ado, we want to show you the results from last week's blockchain parlay. Matic was down 18.83% over the last 7 days. Aave was down 14.02%. Then Elrond was down 21.24%. And Ravencoin down 24.7%. So we take the mean. Robin's parlay was down almost 23%. And your boy, David A.
I was looking so good, bro.
was only down 16%.
Let me tell you something.
Who's the winner? Let's show the winner. Right here, baby.
Okay. Surprised you're wearing pants. He normally does the show with undies on. So
You're gonna give me a round of applause, or
get out of here, bro.
come on, bro.
Look, let me tell you something. I was in the lead. I think day one I fell behind, but other than that, I had made up some ground. I was in the lead, forecasting a win, and I left the studio yesterday. The market's tanked, and the reason that if you look at here is that David had picked more stable projects, ones with better fundamental, higher in the market cap list, so they had less movement than the smaller coins. Raven was definitely, and this can be attributed to your investment strategy. So when you're in strong, stable projects,
That's actually a good point, Robin.
you have more security. And I was thinking that we were going to have that big run up at the end of the month. And anyways,
Well, you thought wrong, my friend.
the Elrond, I feel, is still a pretty good project. It just doesn't have the power that Matic does. And Ravencoin, out of the top 100, it's more speculative as far as where the price is going to go. I do like the project. Ravencoin is pretty good. I do think when Ethereum moves to proof of stake, it's going to be one of the few proof of work projects that are still left. So I think a lot of people are going to be mining it and selling it and using it. So I think Ravencoin's got a lot of potential.
So we want to know, to you guys in the chat, for this Friday to next Friday, what would be your two picks if you were to do a blockchain parlay?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Why don't we do this? If you want to participate with us in the blockchain parlay, throw your picks in the chat. We will track them for you, and we will post your results along with our results next Friday. And maybe, just maybe, we might start doing some giveaways on blockchain parlay. What do you think, Rob?
I'm down with that.
Some crypto giveaways? What do you think, bro?
Here's the thing: if we get two people in the chat to throw in a crypto parlay, then we'll do them head to head too. So we'll have
We'll
all
do all the graphics. We'll make it fun.
So, anyways, we'll get back to that. We'll take a look at what people type up before we end the stream, and then we'll write those down.
Yes.
Let's
We'd love for you guys to participate with us.
Anyways, without further ado, let's get into
right.
our next parlay.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You go first, my dude.
You go first?
Yeah, what you got?
All right. I am going. My first is Ethereum. I know it might be boring, not super speculative, but when the markets come back, Ethereum will pump 15, 20, 25% just off of the sheer utility and use case and the fact that people need ETH to do stuff like NFTs, smart contract, blah, 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 blah. Simon, what's up, bro? You didn't say hi when you came into the chat, man. We thought you left us again. All right, Simon, you're going to like Simon, you're going to like my second pick a lot. My first pick, Ethereum. Second pick, I'm going with Avalanche AVAX, $75. It'll pump another 15, 20, 25% back up to that $100 range. So I'm going with two of the top layer one smart contract platforms out there. I'm going Ethereum and I'm going Avalanche. Let's go, baby. Sean, two picks. Blockchain parlay, two projects in the top 100. If you guys want to participate, throw your picks in the chat. We will track it for you. And possibly, we're not promising anything, but depending on how many entries you get, we might do a giveaway.
So Ethereum and Avalanche, huh?
Yeah. ETH and Avalanche. What you got, big dog?
What do I got?
I mean, what's your losing ticket looking like?
Oh. Well, if I would have sold right before we started the show yesterday, I would have won this thing. So my timing is impeccable, But let me recalibrate for the week-to-week basis.
You said recalibrate.
So for me, if I learned anything from last week's,
If David is right, I should follow David because he's a smart guy and he makes good picks.
If I learned anything from last week's show, is that the strong, stable projects, the ones at the top, have the highest probability to withstand a bear market or a downward trend. So I'm going to play it a little safe. I'm going to go with the tried and the true, the originator of crypto, Bitcoin, baby. Taking Bitcoin. Bitcoin is my number one. And you know what? There's always a delay in the pumps. Bitcoin pumps first, then once it finds its zone, it trades sideways, then come the alts. So I'm going to go Bitcoin as my top performing asset of the week. And I'm going to also take another tried and true project that can withstand bearish trends, and that is your boy Chainlink. So for me, I'm going to go Bitcoin. I'm going to go Chainlink. Those are my picks. They've been proven winners when it comes to surviving a bear market. Oh, you tripping, bro.
I'm just writing these down. So Russell said Adam. So Cosmos.
And we'll just line up everybody. It doesn't have to be one-on-one. So
Cosmos and Near.
We'll write down everybody's picks.
My boy Simon said.
We'll write down
an Avalanche.
Yeah, we'll write down everybody's picks for the that puts it in the chat, and then we'll put in a list format on who did the best on their picks.
So. Taking Ethereum and Matic. All right.
Yeah.
Jotted these down. We will keep track of those, and we will see who is the winner between the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. There's 5 competing in the blockchain parlay. I'm digging it. I'm liking it. So, all right. Last call before we sign off. You want to participate in our blockchain parlay? Chef Murder.
Chef, did you not hear anything?
Murder, man.
Did you not hear anything?
Doge. Come on, bro.
Did you not hear anything we said
I'll
in the beginning of the show? In the beginning of the show, literally was. I can't with this guy. Chef?
Shiba Inu and Doge. This guy. Okay.
Great time to enter and ship Doge, Chef.
Yeah.
I hope he's joking. But
all right, I hope he's joking too. So if you happen to come up with it or watch this stream after we go live and it's posted, throw it in your chat or throw it in our chat after the fact, and we will still write it down. Entries will stop after 12 a.m. You know what? We'll give you guys till Sunday. No, we'll give you guys till Saturday.
No.
What should the deadline be? We got to do a deadline. You can't have an entry on Wednesday.
What are you talking about for this?
Or if someone watches this after the fact, or if they sign off, what's the entry? What's the
no, by the end of the day.
End of the day?
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna watch our lives on,
Okay,
on
end of the
Saturday,
day.
Sunday.
So Sean has Bitcoin and Algorand. Solid. All right. Robin, you got anything else before we sign off?
You know, let's instead of just ending this thing abruptly, wanna give you guys some comfort, ease of mind. If you woke up this morning down in the dumps, like Chef, which, anyways, like it's okay. Everything's gonna be fine, man. Just huddle on, baby. Huddle on, man. There's a storm outside, but after every storm, the skies open up, the sun comes out, flowers in the trees grow, the world gets happier and better. You might have them soggy ass feet, just like David's feet when he's in here in the studio.
Soggy feet.
Yeah, you know what happens when it rains? I'm originally from Virginia. Before I came to Vegas, God damn it, man, it used to rain damn near every day of the week, man. You go running out to your car, you step in them big ass puddles, your socks get wet, soggy ass feet, bro. But you know what? Them feet will dry out, and the Bitcoin will rise. The sun will rise too, and there'll be days, there'll be prosperity, and all of us will drive Lambos off into the sunset. David?
Yeah, I'm writing down Garrett. Garrett said BNB and Phantom. Russell, Monday we can't, because then we can't give you an edge over anyone else. So it has to be today.
Yeah, because
If you wait till
the price will move. You know, that's why we got to do it today. 'Cause
Friday to
it's
Friday,
one,
so-
1 week. So
Today we'll do it 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So in about 5.5 hours is the deadline
I still want to know who the hell.
to put in your entry.
I want to know who unsubscribed watching this live stream today. It must have been DFib. DFib, where you been?
You
at,
and
bro?
DFib, bro. Leave the guy alone.
He
All
was
right.
in here all the time. DFib.
He's not here, bro.
Where you at, bro?
He would have said hi. All right. Anyways, you guys, that'll do it for our show today. Thank you guys so much for coming back. We are growing. It's tough to grow in a bear market as a crypto YouTube channel, but we're fighting through it. We appreciate you guys who keep coming back and watching us. We love you guys.
We really do appreciate
Seriously,
the.
we will not forget.
The
about you
activity
guys.
in the chat is badass, man. We love the community. We love the engagement. It makes the show for us a lot easier. So, we love your opinions and jokes.
Yes.
Bring
Bring some friends with you next time you come back.
that's right. And
So-
then, once again, if you're here in Vegas, come by, check us out, man. We love to hang out. Go out and grab a drink or whatever. So, all right.
Well, do it, guys.
That's it.
We'll see you guys. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you guys Monday. Peace.